I know it's been a long time and yo, the fridge. Why? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy 2021 to you. I hope you guys are having a great start to the new year and that you're looking forward and eager to see what the new year has in store for you. I know I've been gone for quite a while. It's been quite a long time since you've seen this face here on this channel, but I figured today, New Year's Day, was a great day to actually drop by and to kickstart the channel. And in today's video, I'm just going to share with you my 2020 look back and my look ahead to 2021. So, for those of you who have been new, and I know there have been quite a few of you who recently subscribed to this channel, I'm Shama with the Unapologetic Happy Life, where we share tips and tricks to help you design the life that you love and do so unapologetically. So, let's go ahead and jump right in. 2020 was, let's just say, a rough year. I'm pretty sure for a lot of us, it definitely didn't turn out how a lot of us expected. Definitely didn't turn out how I expected. I was so hopeful for the year, it being a new decade. Everyone was excited about 2020. And then it came with just a whole lot of stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about my 2020 look back, year in review, if you want to call it that. And then after that, we're gonna jump ahead and look ahead to 2021 and the things I would hope and I would love to accomplish in 2021. I'm gonna go ahead and apologize right here if you're hearing any background noise. There's a fridge right there that's running. Also, you would notice that the environment that I'm recording in is a bit different. That's because I am currently on vacation. I took a trip to, I'm not going to say where because at the time of you seeing this video, I will still be there. So I took a trip to a Caribbean island and I am here right now. So I figured I would make use of the time. I am in quarantine. There'll be a whole vlog video coming out about everything, but just to give you a heads up, or just to give you a synopsis of what's going on, I'm currently in quarantine. I got here the day after Christmas, December 26th. I have to quarantine for 10 days. So that's why I am here. I am in quarantine, nowhere to go, no one to see until I get out of quarantine. So I figured I'm gonna make better use of my time and record a video, hence why we're here. So let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Okay, so my 2020 year in review, I will say, although there are a lot of things that didn't work out how I expected it, I'm just gonna start off by saying I think 2020 was a blessing in disguise for a lot of people, including myself. I know, unfortunately, a lot of people suffered, whether they got it themselves, whether they got the whole virus themselves, or whether they suffered because they lost someone. And my heart definitely goes out to these people because people are out here really pretending like this thing is not real. There are still people who are not serious. People are gathering without masks. So there are people going about acting like this thing is not real. Meanwhile, there are a lot of people who have been seriously impacted. We're talking about millions of people who have been seriously impacted. So it is very real out there, and I want to urge you guys to just continue to be safe. But while unfortunately it did turn out the way it did, and I'm hoping that it comes to an end pretty quickly, I will say that for me, 2020 was a blessing in disguise because there were a lot of things that I was able to accomplish this year or to pay closer attention to this year that I don't know that I would have otherwise paid attention to necessarily if this whole thing hadn't happened. So the first item that I want to, or the first category or topic or area that I want to talk about is career or my business. So for my law firm, I do have a law firm. I've been on my own for about over a year now, maybe a year and a half now, that I've been an entrepreneur and opened my own law firm. And I will say though, for my business, I did get a few clients, but it's not as many clients as I would have hoped for 2020. Um, on the flip side of that, a lot of the clients that I got was in one specific area of law, and that helped me to really hone in on the legal services that I want to focus on for the upcoming years. But I'm really grateful because all the clients that I got this year were in that one specific area. It's an area that I really love doing, and so it just helped me really focus on the area that I need to pay closer attention to in my business. Personally, I also did a project, document review. If you don't know, it's a quick way, I guess, to kind of bring in extra cash if you have a JD or if you are a licensed attorney. A lot of companies do look for JDs or licensed attorneys to help them in their document review if they have ongoing litigation. But I did that. I started that in March. It was supposed to last for about 2 months, and we started right around when a couple weeks before everybody had to go on lockdown, especially in New Jersey. So the project started early March, and then before we knew it, a couple weeks after, we had to shut down. So from March 2020 all the way through December, when the project ended, early December, actually 1 week before Christmas, the project ended, I was able to work from home. So I was very fortunate with that because I know a lot of people, unfortunately, were not able to have their jobs, whether they were laid off or who was fired or was not able to go in. I'm very grateful to God that I was still able to continue working and working from home. Moving on to finances. So in 2020, I will say, even though I was not able to go out much and go shopping, go out to stores and do shopping, I will say I spent a pretty decent penny in 2020 doing online shopping. I purchased quite a bit of stuff online. I don't know if I used that to just make up for the fact that I was not able to go out and get stuff. I really don't know. But I definitely spent a pretty penny in 2020. But I also saved quite a bit in 2020. I was able to save like a lot of money just from this side job that I was doing for the project. I was able to save a decent amount of money this year, more than I've had in the recent years. I didn't have to travel as much to go to work, so I was saving money on gas, parking, transit fees, because sometimes I would have taken the train to go to work. Also, I was able to increase my investments. So that was one good thing that happened with my finances in 2020. Moving on to the next topic, health, spiritual self-care. So I definitely paid more attention to my health in 2020 because I was not traveling, because prior to us being in lockdown, I would wake up at 6 to be able to catch the train by 7 to get to work for 8. And at the end of the day, I wouldn't get back home until 6:37. So you're talking about 12, 13 hours being away from home. Being in lockdown and having to work from home though, it made me pay more attention to my health and my habits surrounding spiritual and health and self-care. Yes, I wasn't waking up earlier to catch the train, but what I did notice was I did sleep in a bit longer, but I was also getting up right before work. So if I had to start work at 8 o'clock, technically I'm waking up at 7:45, 7:30, 7:45, and getting my computer and logging into work right away. And then I wouldn't be done with work until maybe, it depends. We were able to work up to 10 hours a day, so sometimes I'm working until 6:30. I also wasn't pretty disciplined with taking my breaks throughout the day. Like if you're in the office, you know that, hey, you got your 15-minute break, you need your lunch as well. Working from home, I wasn't too disciplined with that, so I rarely took my breaks. I was constantly focused on my computer, working. Often felt overwhelmed, often felt stressed, but I did exercise more. I definitely incorporated more exercise into my habits and into my routine. In terms of my eating habits, I paid close attention to that as well. I also did a Daniel fast at some point during this time around October, November, and I do intend on having videos surrounding the meals and stuff, but doing a Daniel fast really made me pay close attention to the meals or the types of food that I had been eating prior to the Daniel fast. I couldn't have any sugar, any juices, no meat, no fish. Prior to the Daniel fast, I had cut out meat. I was only eating fish and seafood type stuff. But on the Daniel fast, I could have nothing of that sort, no sugars, and it just made me really pay closer attention to the fact that a lot of the stuff that I put into my body is overly processed. I was trying to find natural foods, and even foods that claim to be natural, they had sugar as one of the top ingredients um, in the ingredients list. So it just made me pay really closer attention to the foods that I'm putting into my system and my healthy habits, and hoping to change that. As far as self-care, I did not incorporate as much self-care as I would have hoped. Yes, I did do my regular mani-pedis every 2 weeks, but my hope for 2020 was that I would have included way more self-care, like maybe spend more time reading before bed, taking more time to do hobbies and stuff like that. I did put some of that on my vision board for 2020. I wanted to do a little getaways and pay closer attention to myself, but I didn't do that. But on my 2020 vision board, I did have like pictures like a lot of greens and veggies. I had a picture of a girl who's a little bit slender, of, to motivate me to the physique that I wanted to achieve. I did have pictures of traveling and, getting a lot of finances and all of that stuff. So even if it didn't work out the way I had hoped, um, a lot of it still happened because I still lost 10 pounds. I was able to incorporate more healthy eating habits, eat a lot more veggies and fruits into my diet. I was able to get away. For 2020, I did travel as I am currently on vacation. YouTube, I was not as consistent. Um, Again, I did have on my 2020 vision board for YouTube to get thousands of subscribers, but that was probably overreaching on my part. I did gain quite a bit of subscribers still in 2020. I gained over 480 subscribers during the year, so I'm very, very thankful and blessed to have had people continue to subscribe to my channel. During the latter part of 2020, I wasn't as consistent. I think the last time I posted was in September, and that was right around the time that this project became like 12, 13-hour days, where we had a deadline that we were pushing to, and I was pretty much working between 50 to 70 hours a week for the past 3 months after September. So that took a lot from me, and as a result, I was not able to be as consistent on YouTube and to post as frequently. So that was a faulty thing on my part, but on the opposite side of that, I did gain quite a bit of subscribers. Also with YouTube, I did change the channel name again. I changed it to, as you can tell, it has a new title, and it went from Happy Living Now to The Unapologetic Happy Life. And I think The Unapologetic Happy Life is symbolic of what I want my channel to be about. Yes, I did change the name, one, because Happy Living Now, when I did some research, I did some additional research and realized there were other websites out there with the same name. A couple of them were more focused on like holistic healthy living, so like maybe herbs and type similar things like that. So I didn't want to be confused with those type of companies. And honestly, I'm also in a position, and I'm also on a journey where I'm trying to design my life for me. I've lived the life that many people say I should live for years, and I'm on a journey to defining my life and designing my life the way I want to do so, and to do so unapologetically. And to live a happy life unapologetically, it's a holistic. It involves a lot of moving parts, and so I think the unapologetic happy life captures all of that. And so I think that's why I renamed the channel to The Unapologetic Happy Life. I think it's very symbolic of helping people, design the life that they want to live and to do so unapologetically. So that's why we're here at The Unapologetic Happy Life. Okay, so that's my 2020 year in review. Looking ahead to 2021, the things that I want to accomplish in my career and business is, of course, to, like I said, 2020 helped me realize the areas that I should hone in more in my business. So that's what I want to do. I want to focus on niching down and creating my niche for my law firm, and also identifying who my ideal client is and paying closer attention to those, and just curating and creating services better catering to those type of people in my niche and my ideal client. I also want to be able to post more content, so I'm going to have my law firm YouTube channel up and be a little bit more active on social media to make sure that I'm pushing out content in areas where I know my ideal client would be, so that way I can bring those clients back to my firm. In terms of finances, my hope is to be able to create multiple streams of income for myself, both personal and through my business. So I do have a couple ideas in mind of what I want to do to open up avenues to bring in more revenue for my business and myself personally. And I also want to make sure that I continue to save and I continue to invest. As far as health and spiritual and self-care is concerned, I do want to continue to move more in 2021. Not necessarily just focus on an exercise routine. Yes, exercising is great, but I want to make sure that I'm more intentional with moving my body more, whether it means going on a walk, taking a little jog, just being active. I want to be intentional with that. I also want to be intentional with my eating habits, focusing on eating more healthy whole foods and cutting out processed foods and all that stuff, eating healthy and wholesome foods. That is my goal for 2021. I also want to make sure that I have better sleeping habits. So instead of being on my electronics up to the point of turning down for bed, I want to be able to cut out electronic time and screen time at a certain point before bed and maybe do some reading or focus more on some hobbies. I really want to not overwork myself. Less is more for me for 2021, and I just want to make sure that I'm being really intentional with making time out for hobbies and stuff like that. So for 2021, my word for the year is rest, and I allowed myself to have rest really represent like an acronym for me, or an abbreviation of whatever you want to call it. But for me, rest will really be about reflection, efficiency, simplicity, and being thankful. I want to be able to be reflective in everything that I'm doing. Like, just reflect, how is what I'm doing contributing to the ideal life that I want to live? Are the things that I'm doing really helping me build the life that I want to live and the places that I want to go? Efficiency, I want to be able to do less, more, but be more productive, or just be more efficient. Less is more. So I want to be able to find ways to be more efficient, not always being on the go, but getting my goals done in less simple ways. Simplify processes to get things done and just be more simple with everything. That, there's no need to make things complicated. If I can make things simple and make them be efficient and work out the way that I want them to, that would be great as well. And then I just want to be mindful to be thankful. 2020 really brought home the notion that we got to be thankful for the simpler things. We have life, and sometimes for some that may be simple, but it's a great thing to be thankful for. And 2020 just really helped me realize that we have to learn to take time out to be thankful for the small things we have. Yes, we're always working towards more, and we're always working towards creating more for ourselves and achieving more, but sometimes we need to just take a break, step back, and be thankful for what we have, where we are, the people we have in our lives. And that's what I want to do more of in 2021. Just learn to be more thankful for what I have. And then, of course, finally for YouTube, my 2021 look ahead is to be more consistent. Every year, that is one of my greatest goals, to be more consistent. And of course, this year I'm not putting a number on what that consistency is. I have no control over people that are going to subscribe or unsubscribe to or from my channel. But what I do have control over is how to be more consistent. And so for YouTube in 2021, my goal is to be more consistent, to have more well-rounded content on my channel. Like I mentioned earlier, building an unapologetic happy life is holistic, and that means focusing or discussing holistic topics. So for 2021, my goal is to really share well-rounded content. That includes lifestyle-related content, faith-based content, career, personal development, finances, everything you can think about that makes a holistic, happy life. That's what I'm focused on. And really, I just want to be intentional about sharing content that's going to help people to design and live their best lives. Ultimately, that's my goal. That's why I started this channel. At the end of the day, we only have one life to live. Many of us have lived lives that other people have wanted us to live, and it's about time that we start living lives for ourselves. And not only just living, but designing lives that we want to live, and doing so unapologetically and not being scared of what people might say and not really caring what people might say, because at the end of the day, we get to live our lives. So that's my goal for this channel, is to reach people. I wish it were millions, and I hope it will one day be millions of people. But ideally, I just want to be able to share information with others the same way that I'm on a journey to building my life, and doing so unapologetically. So that's my 2020 look back, year in review, and my look ahead to 2021. I know a lot of the items that I discussed, or the goals that I talked about, I know they're not overreaching or they don't seem like big goals, but although they might seem simple, I actually think simple might be best for a lot of us moving into 2021, considering the year that we've had this past year in 2020. So those are my goals for 2021. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys are looking ahead to for 2021. So go ahead and drop your goals and your look aheads for 2021 down in the comment section below. I would love to read them. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you guys have any comments or video requests or video suggestions, as always, definitely go ahead and drop them down in the comment section below as well. If you have not yet already, definitely go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell as well, so you never miss another upload. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I wish you guys many, many blessings for the year 2021. May you guys be prosperous and be successful with great health in everything that you do. I look forward to seeing you guys here soon. But until then, stay safe, be blessed, and live unapologetically. Bye guys.